Hey YouTube, Rico Knows here. I'm going to continue my series of pointing out one hidden gem on every single team in America. If you weren't aware, I'm doing one of these videos for every single team. So if you want to see all the other hidden gems, please go to YouTube, search Rico Knows, get to the homepage, check the playlist, and learn about all the hidden gems before the 2024 season. Okay, so last year when I did Georgia Southern, my hidden gem was O.J. Arnold. Shout out to Amari Arnold. He and his mother reached out to the channel. They thanked me for doing that, pointing them out. Shout out to Brooks County's finest. I know a lot about Georgia high school football. I live in Augusta, in the Augusta area, if you will. I've lived here about 10 years now. Yes, I study every single FBS team in America. I know every roster, every player, all that stuff. But more importantly, when I'm not capping and not giving all the matchup advice and all the betting advice to the MVPs on Patreon and YouTube, when I'm not doing that, I just enjoy high school football in Georgia. I really do, and I pay attention to it probably more than any singular person, I would say. I can go bar for bar, band for band with anybody when it comes to high school football in Georgia. When it comes to FBS football in America, I don't think anybody can beat me. We know this. Shout out to all the followers. It's what I do. So when I look at Georgia Southern, it's just a bit of nostalgia for me. I see the Dallas brothers. I remember them at Trinity, and I'm like, yo, I know these guys, right? I know all the players. I get really excited. So when I study the roster, it's a little different for me. I see the production returning. I know who the players are. The offensive line is stout. It's amazing. I love this offensive line. It's really good. Probably in the probably top 10 in the group of 5. Offensive line, seriously. I love the running back room. And then I get to the defense, and I'm like, yeah, we got a stud. We got a stud in Trent Watson, bro, and Watson Trent. Number one. We'll turn on the tape. Number one's everywhere. But more importantly, defensive line, defensive tackles for this team are stout, big dudes. They just sit in the middle. I don't understand how one of them has 5 sacks for no reason, right? It's just great. And then you look at the secondary, and I go, holy smokes. They got DeAndre Morris and Chance Gamble in the transfer portal. That's nuts, right? That's crazy. If you don't know the 2 guys down here in the yellow, let me try to break it down for you. Kennesaw State, their 2 best defenders in the secondary just transferred into Georgia Southern. That's the way I'm going to put it, right? DeAndre Morris led all of Kennesaw State in tackles last year, so him transferring in is great news. And then you see Chance Gamble. He actually took a red shirt. Don't waste a year of eligibility down at the FCS. Red shirt, and then you can show up here. But he used to be a bona fide stud and a starter the year before in 2022. And I'm going to take you back to when I first learned about Chance Gamble, and that's back when he was in high school. Okay, but before I get there, I do want to talk about this. If you go back and watch some film, you can find the game. If you can, good luck. I record everything. Shout out to ESPN Plus. Shout out to YouTube TV. I have a hard drive with every game recorded, and I can go back and pull up the data and go watch the film. And I don't always record FCS level games, but if they're playoff games, I have them, right? And if they were on TV, I got them. If they were on ESPN Plus. So if you go back to 2021, that interception actually happened in the playoffs. Shout out to Chance Gamble for that. And then these 3 interceptions in a row happened against number 15, UT Martin. 3 interceptions in one game. Ran one back like 90-something yards. Dude, or it says long, 128. I don't know what that is. That's not the long. The long is like, I don't know. Doesn't matter. This dude is amazing. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, Chance Gamble here, yes, he looks like an insurance salesman. Shout out to him. He just got a 4.0 this spring semester and made the president's list while at Georgia Southern, okay? This kid is smart. His IQ shows up on film. Everywhere he goes, he just looks like a damn football player. And I think Georgia Southern and all the other FBS teams missed on him when he was coming out of high school. I want to be very clear. This is the 2A state player of the year. Complete stud. Yes, he got into the state title game, and they got blown out by Callaway. Unfortunately for him, they could not tackle a kid named Hill. He's actually like the 4th-string running back over at North Carolina A&T right now. But when you saw Fitzgerald against Callaway, you can still watch that game on GPB Sports. Shout out to gpb.org. You can watch the game for free. I don't miss any games on GPB, and I don't miss any state title games. So when I know about Chance Gamble. And I can just tell you that watching him, if I had my TikTok channel back then, I would have done a high school film review, and I would have screamed at the top of my lungs, "You're missing on this man." I would have talked to every coach I know and said, "You are missing. You need to go sign this kid." He is 6'2", 180, and plays everywhere. Now, I understand. Fitzgerald's offense, not the greatest. I got it, bro. Like, if we go look at this huddle tape, hopefully my computer's responding to me while I sit here. I don't want to have to re-record this video. We'll be patient. But if you go look at the huddle tape, the offensive scheme for Fitzgerald is problematic. when it comes to trying to get a college scholarship. Shout out to whoever tries to run in one of these schemes where you're taking a direct snap and just running with the ball. I know nobody wants to recruit that. I get it. Dude's got breakaway speed. I know the stigma behind a white corner. I don't want to hear it. I don't care. The kid can play football. He's amazing. Like, I watch him. Look at him high point this fade right here. It's an underthrown fade. It should have been to the outside. He's got to come get it, and the ball skills are there. Can you imagine that at corner? He's going to pick that off. He's not waiting for the receiver to get it. And he does this time and time again. There's a certain amount of athleticism and just pure footballer in him. Like, I want that guy on my football team. Look at the breakaway speed. He's gone. Okay? This is a kid who plays we first started at Upson Lee, and then he transferred over to Fitzgerald. But we're talking about Fitzgerald. E.J. Lightsey was there the next year. Georgia recruited him. Why is it that Georgia will recruit one linebacker who's now at Georgia Tech, but you won't recruit the best player on the team the year before? Why? Because he's white? Because you don't know what position he's going to play? Bro, put him on the field. He's dominating. I don't care, bro. The guy is the best player on the field. Find a spot for him. He ain't playing scrubs. Everybody looks like scrubs because he is a beast. That is a pure athlete. I know what these guys look like. I see it all the time. There's a couple of them right now. There's a kid at Lambert right now, looks just as good. And everybody's passing on him. And shame on Georgia Southern, because you passed on this kid when he was coming out of high school. And if you didn't, that's news to me. But he was 0 stars coming out of high school. There's no way you watch this film and say that's a 0-star athlete. This is not 0 stars, bro. That's 3 stars and then some. There's no way that's 0 stars. You see these pick sixes? You see the top end speed? That's a complete athlete. And the only reason he's 0 stars is the recruiting websites are lazy. They didn't want to review his tape. They don't know who he is. Look at this right here. 2 guys going to Kennesaw State, 0 stars, are the same 2 guys transferring to Georgia Southern. Complete monsters. You got it wrong, recruiting websites. You got it wrong. They're monsters. And I see this every year. This is why my channel exists. Shout out to TikTok. I do high school film reviews on these guys. I go in here and I see this class and they ranked all these players. And I know NFL, gonna be a superstar, arrested, starting quarterback at Kentucky. Like, I know who these guys are. NFL, I got it. But if we just scroll a little bit, you can't get my man Chance on the list, bro. You can't give me a star. You go 0 stars. You don't think he's better than these guys? I know he is. I know he is. And I know you got it wrong. Shout out to Evan Lester. He's at currently 3rd string tight end on Georgia Southern right now. There's some guys still on here that are working it out. There's Rhodes right there. He's starting. I'm not saying, look, man, if there was B.J. Green, there's B.J. Green 184th. What? That's nuts. They don't know how are they evaluating these players' tape? There's Ahmad Walker, the star linebacker at SMU right now. You're telling me he was 2 stars at Warner Robins, dominating? So they got it wrong again and again and again. Georgia Southern goes out and signs a 0-star defensive back who I know is a bona fide athlete, a superstar waiting to happen. And when you guys watch Georgia Southern and you see a white corner out there, he ain't selling insurance, bro. He's taking the ball from the other team. I love this. I love this signing. I love his size. No Diddy. I'm with it, man. I hope that he can come out, stays injury-free, and dominates. And dominates. This is what I'm talking about right here. Shout out to Georgia Southern. Keep signing the Georgia kids. Find the right ones. Stop recruiting and stop getting your information from the recruiting websites. Recruiting for dummies is what I call it. And turn on the tape, bro. There's no way you turn on Chance Gamble's tape and go, nah, that's not an FBS athlete. There's just no way. There is 0 excuse for this shit. And I got 20 dudes on my high school film review playlist on TikTok right now. I'm screaming, this ain't no 0-star player. This is not a 0-star player. I can't, I'm going to lose my voice. Chance Gamble is amazing. I'm excited for Georgia Southern for knocking that out the park. That is a huge man. Look at that. He's down here in this picture. That's Terrell Davis right next to him. Not TD getting thrown off of airplanes, but Terrell Davis, number 16 in the secondary. That man is like 6'1", 200 pounds. Look how much bigger Chance Gamble. Chance Gamble has got length, bro. I'm ready for it. I'm ready for it. This is your hidden gem on Georgia Southern, Chance Gamble. Turn on the tape, coaches. Please turn on the tape, coaches. And, if you want to learn about all the other hidden gems, check the playlist. Your friends don't know, but Rico knows. Peace, y'all.